Hello, very dear Geminis. This is your reading for the week of June 1st, or when you hear it and it resonates. It won't be for every Gemini. So the first thing that I saw as I started working with your energy was you on a Ferris wheel. And the sensation of the Ferris wheel was it would be going up and stop, and then you sit there and swing, and then up and stop and swing. And each time it stops, there was that sense of not being connected to the ground. There's a real awareness of being stuck. When it was in motion, it wasn't so bad, but every time there would be a stop in this, there would be that quality of swinging and like, ugh, your belly coming up through your throat. And that was the feeling that I was getting, was that some of you have been through this. Now, what I see is that you're on the ground now, but I'm seeing you in a position like this. It's almost as though you're holding your heart still from from beating out of your chest. But it's more than that. It's the feeling that each time you stopped, you had to keep everything in so that you wouldn't freak out and jump out of your little car at the top of the Ferris wheel. There was that sense of having to keep it together until you're on the ground, and now you're on the ground. And that feeling that I've got is that you've been holding a lot of things in a way where you may not have even realized that your nervous system was probably revving a little bit more. You just incrementally, it got more and more and more until now it's been like that for a while. And now it feels to me as though it's time for you to discharge some of that energy because the ride is over, you're on the ground. Now, what I'm getting here is that some of what you've gone through might have taken you away from your deeper self because you might have been feeling kind of alone with it and disconnected. It might have created some disturbance around you in terms of your communication, your relationship. And when I say disturbance, it doesn't even necessarily mean like huge, oh, it's all over, but just that maybe not quite feeling as connected to yourself in a way that allows you to really feel connected to other people. So there might have been that sense of something kind of coming in the way, which makes a little bit of sense when you think about the fact that if you're kind of keep it all together as you're stopping and starting and stopping and starting on this Ferris wheel, it's going to be hard for you to stay in connection to other people who are not actually on that ride with you. But what you've got here is you've got quantum leap of faith, angels everywhere, and say what you feel. And this is what I think is going to be important, Gemini. What I got before I even sat down to work with the cards, what for you was this. You may find yourself experiencing emotions you didn't anticipate because you've been holding everything in. So what you might notice is, please don't be disturbed if they're uncomfortable emotions, if they're emotions that you would judge harshly. Allow yourself to realize that as you've been going through this cycle, your nervous system and your psyche has been dealing with things in a way where you were not able to process a lot of the things that were coming up for you or that could have come up for you. It's like there was a lid on them. That's not an easy thing for an air sign to do because the air sign is designed to move. It's air, right? So you might notice that as you are now in the place where you are on the ground, where the ride is over, that you are wanting to express a lot of things that may not feel comfortable for you. But you've got quantum leap of faith and you've got angels everywhere, which says to me, you are being held, you are being helped, as well as being held. And that saying what you feel, letting these emotions out, even if it's not to another person. Like I could see you going and standing, and if you've got it doesn't even have to be an emotion, fire can come up because you've been using a lot of fire to hold that in. Well, fire isn't always anger. It can be passion. It can just be a lot of activity. It can be, roaring, doing the lion breath, there are many different ways to discharge energy. We tend to judge them because we associate them with negative emotions. Spirit's saying, no. You've got angels everywhere. You've got divine protection around you. And it is certainly the support for you to be able to discharge, get rid of anything that has been plaguing you, that has been an emotional burden on your shoulders, and something where you've had to kind of hold yourself in. Okay? Gemini, I'm glad for this, because what it says to me is you are coming out of that isolation, that you can take a quantum leap of faith, that there is divine benevolence taking you where you need to go. Because as things are talked about, as things are spoken and resolved, this is where you get to really be honest, and be honest with what you're feeling. Really stay in touch with what you're feeling, okay? I'm going to leave you with that. Take good care, my Gemini. Much love.